Anthony Adebayo.
With you there, but if you're a coach, do you take that chance?
Yes.
You can reach us at the Off the Record Show at gmail.com. Anthony Adebayo and the most accurate sports coverage. Scotty B's Fantasy 5.
We're different from any other sport.
His sophomore year. Comes back and says, you know what?
And your boy, Scotty B. Oh.
Got the horns.
Yeah, I was like, I was preparing the sound. It's cool. This is Off the Record. I'm Anthony Adebayo.
Your boy Scotty B.
What's good, man? How you been?
I've been pretty good, man. I've been pretty good. World Series is over.
The World Series is over, man. So the Dodgers win, and we're going to talk about that Game 6 because I know there's a lot of people out there that had questions, whether they were like casual fans, hard.
So let's just dive right into it because we always skip over baseball. Let's get right into it.
So Game 6, Snell is pitching a gem. If I'm not mistaken, at that time it was 1-0. He was winning in the 6th, and they pulled him after I believe 75 pitches, and he was disappointed. He just gave up a hit, and we literally just talked about analytics last week, and I'm not saying that you should take analytics out of the game, but you should use some common sense as well. So they took him out. He only had 75 pitches, and they ended up scoring 2 runs that inning after they took him out, and ended up losing 3-1.
So I agree with everything that you said. Analytics is far different than coaching with the feel of the game. He was pitching. He had struck out Betts. He had struck out everybody 2 times. They were coming up again. He only had 1 hit to that point, and it looked like he was going to be able to pitch a complete game. But the other side of that, to what people aren't talking about, is what if he would have stayed in and everything would have went left? Because what Cashman was thinking about with Snell is he tends to, around 75 pitches, that's when he starts giving up runs. So if you look at the Diamondbacks and you look at their bullpen, they have
the Rays.
I mean the Rays. I'm going to say Diamondbacks, but the Rays, they've got a lot of pitchers in that bullpen. So he's probably thinking like, you know what? Let me go all out. Let me use my pitching. Let me bring in these fresh pitchers. And it just blew up in his face. And it's easy to point to that, being that, yeah, maybe he should have kept him in, but I understood his thought process with it.
So I get it. Snell has when he his third time around facing batters, he has a high ERA. He has on base percentage high. Whatever. At the end of the day, you on the brink of losing the World Series. You have a 1-run lead. Yes, he gave up a hit, but I think that was only the second hit he gave up in that game. In my mind, I'm going down with the people that got me there. And I mean, he got them there. He was their ace. So to take him out after 75 pitches, I think was premature. And I think the manager, I think Kevin Cash is gonna lose a lot of sleep about that move because that move ultimately cost them the World Series. And we can say what if they left him in and what if this, what if that. We don't know. And my thing is this: I would rather him give up them hits than those other guys in the bullpen because that's my ace.
Yeah, and I agree with you. That's what everybody's going to point to.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at Cashman. What if he's seen that movie before? You know what I mean? And nobody thinks about that to where he's thinking like, man, I should have pulled this guy, and I left him in. And we don't know how many times this happened throughout the season to where he's like, you know what? Not on the big stage. I'm not going to fumble. I'm going to go ahead and pull him and bring somebody in, and it just ended up being the wrong decision. I think either way, when somebody loses, people have a tendency to point to them. The bad part about that mistake, though, was as it was happening, everybody was on the same page as far as like Twitter, as far as everybody watching the game.
Yeah,
So it was like one of the things like, dang,
it was a bad move.
doing?
That was a bad move. I mean, I understand it because somebody that's arguing for Kevin Cash could say, well, just a couple of days ago, the Dodgers did it with Kershaw. The difference is hit two differences. Kershaw has a history of, even though he was killing, he has a history of seventh and eighth inning in the playoffs and on the big stage screwing it up. Snell doesn't. He also although he
can't say that no more. I can't say that no more.
Yeah. I mean, because
say that about Kershaw no more.
He pitched his butt off in these playoffs. And another thing is the Dodgers bullpen is better than the Rays bullpen. They just have a better bullpen. So man, at the end of the day, it was a bad move. It wasn't a good move. They let analytics get the best of them. And I understand, the Rays are like the kings of analytics right now because their payroll is low and blah, blah, blah. I ain't trying to hear that. The Dodgers, I think Kershaw makes almost as much as the whole Rays payroll. Who cares? Go down with the guys that got you there. And they went too early. They pulled them too early, and it screwed them over, man. And unfortunately, it screwed them over.
And that's going to be the key to coaching moving forward, not just in baseball, but basketball, football, hockey, or whatever, is finding that balance to where you use the data to make decisions, but when you're just not going to use the data. And I think that's where like football guys or a lot of coaches or a lot of players disagree, where they have that. I'm looking in that player's eyes, and I see that killer instinct. And I don't care if he went 0 for 12 or he's had a bad game.
Right.
I know that I'm still betting on him no matter what the analytics say. And I think, in this era as a coach, you've got to be able to distinguish between it. Again, I didn't think it was it was a terrible move, but I wasn't as gung-ho about it as everybody's been gung-ho about it all day.
I got a question for you. Because we're gonna stay there with the Dodgers. Justin Turner, during the game, he tested positive. So I think he took 2 tests, tested positive for COVID. They pulled him out the game. It was Major League Baseball pulled him out the game. And I believe that was the 7th or 8th inning. The 8th inning, and then he ended up coming back to celebrate with the team. What are your thoughts on that?
All right. I was about to get to that too. All right. My first thought is Major League Baseball can't get those results before the game. You know what I mean? To pull somebody in the middle of the game, like in the 8th inning, seems a little bit ridiculous to me. Like, you waited all game to say, oh yeah, by the way. And this thing, like if you're Turner, right? You're in the heat of the battle. You've been with this team since 2005. They've underachieved. You guys are about to win a World Series, and somebody comes up to you like, yo, you got COVID. And not only do you have COVID, but yo, you can't go out there no more. You got to sit down. Like, so that was the first problem that I don't see nobody really talking about is, why was Major League Baseball so late. And like they couldn't even just let him finish it out. I mean, the damage has already been done.
Exactly. Right. So with him coming back out, how do you feel about that? Because most of the time he didn't even have a mask on.
Just like I feel about most baseball players, I won't say most baseball players. Let me retract that. They don't be caring, man. They didn't care. The damage was done. The season was done. Baseball has kind of been oblivious to what's going on in the world around them. We saw that with the start of baseball, with them complaining about money and all the people that lost their jobs during the pandemic. It doesn't surprise me one bit. Did I agree with him celebrating with his teammates? Mm-hmm. I felt like if his teammates didn't have a problem with it, mm-hmm. It's hard to. I've never won a World Series, so I can't say how I would react in that situation. Now, I would have had a mask on, but and maybe one of his teammates should have checked him like, "Yo, dog, you got COVID. Go get the mask." But we here with it. What do you think?
So initially, I was like, he doesn't have a mask, but I thought, well, we played damn near the whole game, and more than likely he was asymptomatic, and we shouldn't be like brushing it off, but it's like, so first I was with you. I blamed baseball. I was like, why is he just finding out that he has COVID? That was the first thing I thought. I was like, why is he just finding out he has COVID? Then I was like, well, I think he should take some of the blame because he's pretty irresponsible for not having a mask on and for just going back out there. What will happen to them? I don't think anything's gonna happen. I think worst case scenario, baseball fines the Dodgers for not keeping him away from the team. But if I was the Dodgers, I would appeal it or do whatever, because you just told us 30 minutes ago that he tested positive for COVID, and that is so irresponsible on your part. We're gonna fine you. So the Dodgers should fine baseball.
The baseball should not fine the Dodgers because they got lucky that the Dodgers won. Could you imagine if Tampa Bay would have won and we went to a game 7 and both teams would have been infected with COVID? What would baseball have done? They would have had to postpone game 7. I mean, I don't know what they would have done. They dodged a huge bullet by them winning, because now this story, I mean, it's going to go away. I mean, I think people, for the most part, nobody. I mean, the only way this reemerges is if they had a massive outbreak. As a result of this. But for the most part, people, it was ugly. Baseball got to the finish line. A lot of people didn't think they were going to get to the finish line, but they got to the finish line. They figured it out.
Right.
It's over. And it's going to be a dark off season for baseball.
Why do you say that?
They've got a lot of unresolved issues that they never addressed. And the fact that the pandemic has not went away and they're still talking about playing another season without fans, the money is going to be about the money. And, they took a hit this year. I couldn't imagine what the owners are going to want to do next year. And we saw the players aren't having that. So they still have to go back to the negotiation table. Right. And negotiate those things. So, it's going to be a dark winter for both sides. Hopefully they can come to some sort of agreement. But it's a lot of pettiness going on in baseball.
Yeah. All right. So, do we really have to talk about football?
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about football.
Or do you want to?
We gotta talk about we gotta talk about football. You can't slide by that. Yeah, first topic. The Dallas Cowboys. I'm interested. You know what? I don't even want to start on this. I want you to start. You tell me how you feeling. Do we gotta get you a therapist? Do we gotta get you? What do you need as your friend, as your brother? What can I do to support you?
We can start bringing up the Dallas Cowboys. Because right now, honestly, I'm glad I have thick skin because this is borderline bullying. All right, you're trying to bully me, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Yeah, I just brought up a question. I didn't try to move.
All right, so first things first is thank God for fantasy football because I am doing extremely well in fantasy football. You know, I'm doing really well. If the playoffs started right now, I'd be in most of them. Vel, you're a really funny guy. But all right, so my thing is this. There's a problem in Dallas, and it starts from. I feel like we're saying the same thing every week, but it starts at the top. Jerry Jones doesn't see the error in his ways. He continuously he's continuously defending the coaches, which I understand. That's an investment for him. And but I've seen black coaches not lose the locker room how McCarthy is kind of losing the locker room and been fired after 1 year. Will he get fired this year? I don't know. Does Mike Nolan need to be fired right now? Absolutely. I think Mike Nolan, I think that the hot sauce in his eye was a sign. Get rid of him. You know, he's at the press conference and of all things, you get Tabasco in your eyes. It's like that's a sign. But
So I got a serious question for you.
What's up?
Marvin Lewis or Mike McCarthy? Who you got?
Give me time to think about it because I don't know.
Because I told you that Marvin Lewis.
I would love to have Marvin Lewis right now as a defensive coordinator.
I would rather have him as a head coach than Mike McCarthy.
So here's my thing. I saw yesterday the Cowboys traded Everson Griffin. They traded him to the Lions for a 6th-round pick. First thing in my mind that I thought was that's one of the guys that was telling things to the media and was leaking things or saying whatever they were saying about the coaches. I think it was that guy. I think he was the first one. Then today, the Cowboys told Tari Poe and Worley that if we can't find nobody no team to trade you to, we're cutting you. And just a few hours ago, they were cut. So I think start getting some of those pieces out, getting some of that dead weight because those guys were dead. They didn't do anything, and they were additions this year, but they didn't work out. It is what it is. They didn't work out. So if you can get some of them that dead weight. Now, when it comes to quarterbacks, we know they're not going to work out Cap, right? We know they're not, but there's a quarterback out there that I think it will be a viable suitor to at least try and keep the balance leveled a little bit, and that's Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett is out there, and it can't get any worse. And I don't think Jacoby Brissett is a bad quarterback. So you bring him in, you try it out. I mean, what's worse? You're going to start a 7th rounder out of JMU? No, you bring in Jacoby Brissett, who has experience, who's been somewhat successful, but at this point, it's we're not tanking for Lawrence because we'll draft the O-lineman with a top 5 pick. I mean, it is what it is. At this point, I don't know, man.
So first things first, your personnel has to match up with your coach. So one thing I will defend Mike McCarthy on is that's not a team that he developed. And yeah, he should be able to walk into a locker room and win it. but it's very difficult to just come into an organization that feels like, okay, you know what? We've got Super Bowl aspirations. We've got all the talent on paper. You should be able to coach these guys up. And the reality of it is, so I give the Cowboys a pass on this. They've had a ton of injuries.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of derailed their season a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing is they're not that talented. It might be heartbreaking for people to admit that. They've got a lot of big names on paper, but the film, it just doesn't lie, man. I mean, they made Antonio Gibson look like an all-pro last week. I mean, it was just absurd. They're not that good. And I think the reality is starting to set in to Jerry Jones is we put this together.
So
and that's why he got upset with that reporter.
That was funny. That was funny. But so here's my take, right? They want to run if I'm not mistaken, I believe we're running 3-4 now. We were successful when we ran a 4-3. That's part of it. It gets to the point where you're partly right, and I think I don't think it's a talent thing though. I think it's an effort thing. There were a few runs on there. Xavier Woods. There's a run where I believe it's Gibson running the ball. Matter of fact, this is Washington's first drive, and he's running the ball, and Xavier Woods is running away from him. And I said, wait. And I wish I had the clip. I would show the clip. And I see Sheik is up here. He's an Eagles fan. And Mike, they also they were part of the bullying, right? They're part of the bullying. They're Eagles fans, and they're trying to bully me, but I won't be bullied. I got a little bit of muscles. I'm not gonna be bullied, and I'm gonna fight back. So, but with that being said, there are free agents out there. There are players out there that the Cowboys can go and get that will help immediately. But they are refusing to go get them for whatever reason.
Yeah, I feel them. But we'll see. I'm going to put you out your misery, and we get our transition to a different subject. Cam Newton and the Patriots. Is Cam done, or what's going with Cam, man?
No, man. No, he's not done. Cam is not done. I think that he had a bad game. I mean, he's had bad games this year, but let's be real. Tom Brady pretty much had these guys last year. These same guys last year, and Tom Brady looked terrible. He didn't look good. And these guys are a year older, right? So, and that's what everybody kept on saying. Well, Tom Brady doesn't have any weapons. We had this, that, and the third. And Brady's been gone. He's like, I'm out of here. Whatever. Y'all deal with what y'all got to deal with. So now with Cam, he's dealing with some of the same guys that are a year older, like Edelman. Edelman can't even separate from a linebacker right now. And that was a problem last year. The receivers couldn't get open, right? And so Cam is gonna start this. He's gonna start this next game. And we'll just see what happens. I'm not sure. They played Bills this week, and I think they're going to win this game. I actually have them winning this game. I want to post something real quick. So hold on. I'm gonna get to that. So Brady last year went 12-4, right? Not 13-3. He went 12-4 in the regular season with the same cast, right? The same cast that he had an offseason with, he had OTAs with, he had all these things with. Cam pretty much didn't get to this team to what, end of July, early August, if I'm not mistaken. He got there pretty late. Or it was July, and he got there pretty late, and didn't have a off season, didn't have OTAs, didn't have any preseason games. Right? They just had practice. So there's still going to be a learning curve. Right? So there's still going to be a learning curve, and these aren't excuses. It is what it is. This is football, and it is what it is. So
I'll take it a step further though. It's not all on Cam. A lot of that Patriots defense, man, they opted out.
Yep.
That team has been decimated with COVID. There's star cornerback has had it, quarterback has had it. So it has been some challenges there. But I am with Mike on this. Cam has looked terrible the past 2 games.
I agree about that. Yeah,
he has looked terrible the past 2 games. I'm not giving him a pass with, oh yeah, this team doesn't have that much talent. The Carolina teams, other than McCaffrey, didn't have that much talent. So I'm not giving him a pass on that. So you don't think he's done?
No, not right now. But if he continues to play how he played last week, then yeah, he's done.
Yeah, you gotta get up out of there, man.
Huh?
So yeah, you gotta get up out of there, man.
And so for whatever reason, last week he just looked lost. And it felt like the 49ers were possessed, like they wanted to win that game for Garoppolo and whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what it felt like to me. It was like we don't want him to lose this game. It was what it was. But like back to what I just said a little while ago, I do have them beating Buffalo this week. Cam getting pulled reminded me a lot of that Monday night game and I'm not saying that they win in the Super Bowl, but it reminded me of from that Monday night game when
Brady got pulled.
When Brady got pulled against the Chiefs, and then he went on a tear. Now I'm not saying Cam is going to go on a tear. He's not going to go on that tear that Brady went on, because now Brady was possessed after he got pulled, because he was like, it was embarrassing and yada yada yada, and he had a mission. He was on a mission, and they ended up winning the Super Bowl that year.
You got the Patriots over Buffalo?
I got the Patriots over Buffalo.
Oh, no, I got Buffalo on that.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
yeah, buddy. Now, I think it's a fair question. Maybe a little bit too early, but Brady or Belichick?
I still think it's too early.
It's too early, but
one of the main things was COVID. COVID really like screwed a lot of things up, and I don't think there were a lot of people that thought the Patriots were going to be as good as they have been in the past, losing Brady. But Brady, well, early in the season, everybody was like, Brady's done. Brady's done. You know, Brady this, Brady that. And then, you know, a couple weeks go by and Brady for MVP. Come on, man. You can't have it both ways, man. You can't have it both. He's got 18 touchdowns versus 4 interceptions. I mean that's cool. He threw those interceptions pretty early. Now he's got an arsenal of weapons. I mean, he's got like I don't know anybody who's got more. Yeah,
weapons. He's got and then he got Antonio Brown too, which I think that's going to be a good fit. They said during his workout, he looked phenomenal. And, you know, something that was mentioned, if Antonio Brown is on a team to where he's not needed, he'll shape up. If he's on a team to where he's that guy, that's when you get the problems. But I feel like Brady and the rest of the vets in that locker room, they're going to be able to make sure that he's straight and he's not going to – I mean, that was a huge pickup.
Absolutely. So with Antonio, you add Antonio Brown in there. Just imagine that they all get healthy, right? Everybody's healthy week 12, right? That's you got I was about to say LeGarrette Blount. You got what's his name?
Ronald Jones.
And Fournette. You still got Shady McCoy. Then you have Evans and you got Godwin, Brown, Gronk. Even OJ Howard may come back. plus Brady.
Scotty Miller is playing pretty good too.
I mean, it's like, damn. And the O-line is not the greatest O-line, but it's good enough. With all them, the O-line, you just got to hold up for 3 to 4 seconds.
Their defense is starting to come together too.
Damn.
Yeah.
And one thing Brady's always had during those Super Bowl runs was dominant defenses. So I don't know.
So 7 games in, let me ask you this. Do you got the Tampa Bay coming out the NFC?
7 games in, do I have? Well, it depends. It depends because
who's the best team in the NFC?
Tampa Bay's up there. It's going to be hard to beat Tampa Bay.
You could be totally bipartisan now because you don't have to worry about
Dallas still has
Cowboys.
Has a shot at winning the division.
Yeah, but they're not nowhere near the best.
No, absolutely not. They're absolutely probably they're towards the bottom. If I have to go with the best, I'm somewhere between Tampa Bay, Seattle, and Green Bay. I think those are the top. To me, in my eyes, I think those are the top 3 teams with New Orleans right there in between 3 and 4. But you still have teams that you can't sleep on, like the Rams, like the Bears, the Cardinals, and
you can sleep on the Bears.
I don't
terrible.
I mean,
terrible.
That was one game. So here's the thing.
That wasn't one game, yo. They've been terrible all year.
They're 5-2. You can't take that away from
their record. Their record is not who they
beat
are.
Tampa Bay. They beat Tampa Bay. The team that everybody's saying that you can't just. They just beat them last week. I mean, you can't just say
that offense is horrible.
They played against a team that played better that day. This is the NFL, and I understand it, but the Rams look the week before the Rams looked crappy. So listen, the NFC is loaded. The NFC and they're gonna beat up on each other. You look at week 1. Tampa Bay didn't look like this when they played New Orleans. New Orleans didn't even look like that when they played. Didn't even look like that when they played Green Bay. Green Bay didn't look like that when they played Tampa Bay.
But you brought up something that's really important about Tampa Bay. Those guys hadn't played together. You know what I mean? You got a quarterback in a new system. You got a coach with a whole bunch of new pieces. Like, they were trying to figure each other out. The Bears look terrible. Now, they are 5-2, like you said. I guess I got to somewhat respect the record. But, man, based off what I saw on Monday, that's not one of the teams that I would consider this
one game, though.
Yeah, but the question was, who do you got coming out the NFC? I don't think nobody has the Bears coming out of the NFC.
No, I don't.
But Bears fans.
I don't even think they got them coming out, and I didn't have them.
They absolutely don't have them coming out.
But I do think that they're a contender. I don't think you could just say they're not a contender. I mean, I don't know, Scott. I mean, they lost to the Rams. What was the score of their game? 24-10?
So I agree with you here. They have an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Contender? That might be a bit much. They have an opportunity. They're right there. They're 5-2, so they have an opportunity.
Ask me that question. Ask me that question next week. Ask me because they play the Saints this weekend. So
the Browns are 5-2,
and they're a contender.
I would.
The Browns struggle. So okay, they didn't have. So here's the thing. I know they struggled week 1. I get that. It is what it is. New coach, first game, and a lot of times first games of the season. It is what it is. Whatever. But they lost bad to the Steelers last week. My thing is this: Nick Chubb is a huge part of that offense. That is a huge part of that, and not having Nick Chubb. That plays a part. Now that
Kareem.
Huh?
They got Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, but having Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb is look at their offense. Look at their offense since they lost Nick Chubb. It ain't as explosive as it was the first 3 out of 4 games. And if you look at I don't want to hear that they're better without Odell Beckham. We're gonna see. I don't think that
I agree. I agree with that too.
What, that they are or they're not?
They're not. Well,
They're probably gonna play better, right? Because it's almost like that Kyrie Irving type thing, right?
Baker Mayfield plays better without OBJ in the lineup. He does.
He does, but
that's a quarterback problem. If he can't, OBJ has too much talent for you not to be able to figure out how to get him the ball. So that's a bigger issue if he does play that much better without him in the lineup. But statistically, he does play better. He looked a lot better. He looked a lot more confident. He was hitting the open receiver opposed to trying to force the pass down OBJ or Jarvis Landry, and it started to open up the offense. And we started to see that Baker Mayfield that we saw his rookie year.
Right. So I mean, and we'll come back to this because I know we gotta get to some other things. Just remember these questions that we're asking because it's gonna be interesting. So before we get to the winner of the week, we got after the winner of the week, we got a competition coming up. It's beat the clock, beat the buzzer, whatever. You gotta try and answer these 5 trivia questions. We may get 1 or 2 people on today. It's the first day we're gonna do it. Scotty's gonna keep the time. I'm gonna ask the questions. You got 30 seconds. That's it. You got 30 seconds, and you better answer them fast.
You want to do the winner of the week first? Or
we're gonna do the winner of the week first,
okay.
And then we'll bring the contestants on. It may just be 1, it may be 2. I can't remember, but whatever. And then you got to get at least 3 right. If you get 3 right, then we'll list the prizes later. It's not that big of a deal. Let's get to the winner of the week.
No, you're a winner. No, you're a winner. No, you're a winner. No, you're a winner.
All right, I'm going to make it short and sweet because we don't have too much time. My winner of the week this week is Terrence Davis. If you don't know, he's a player with the Toronto Raptors. The reason why he's the winner of the week this week is he slapped his girlfriend and broke her cell phone in public. So he's facing 7 charges with that. We don't condone domestic violence, but it was just like, man, that's how you going out? Yeah. Well, what are your thoughts on that, man?
I think that is that is a coward move.
Absolutely.
I feel like that there are other ways to get your point across other than putting your hands on a woman. You know what I'm saying? That ain't cool. I don't know if he's going to be I don't know, because will he be disciplined the way that someone in the NFL would be? It's going to be interesting to see. You say he has how many charges?
7.
That's interesting. Okay, well, I mean, we gonna see. We gonna see. I don't. What do you think? Do you think that he gets disciplined?
Oh, absolutely. He's got to get disciplined. You can't do that. I mean, you just can't do it, man. Yeah, he'll get disciplined. I don't know what it'll be, but he'll get disciplined for that.
All right. Man. All right, so let's get to our first contestant, right?
What's going on, man?
So Rock he's gonna be the first contestant. So we got Rock here, and y'all may have seen him before. Oh God, we have Mario here, and he's gonna be the first contestant. Y'all seen him around here before. I know y'all see the wife beater, the black wife beater. I guess that's a wrong choice of words since we just
Man, just get to it.
So with that, he's gonna he's the first up to bat. You answered three questions correctly. You get a hat. Let me bring this. You get a DC United hat. It's this one right here. All right. If you get four right, you get a off the record t-shirt. If you get all five right, you get a $50 gift card and an off the record t-shirt. That's fair? Rock, you there? We can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm trying. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I had the other one going. It was like an echo, so I'm cool now.
Oh, all right. Yeah, all right. So we thought you was a little nervous. So, all right, Scotty, you got the time?
All right, so
I can't use it's just straight off the head, right? No research.
You only got 30 seconds, so I don't know how much research you're gonna be able to do in 30 seconds. All right. All right, so
I gotta answer all the questions in 30 seconds or 30 seconds per question?
You gotta answer all the questions in 30 seconds.
All right, bet.
All right. Tell me when you're ready.
All right, so the time is gonna start after I read the first question twice. All right. All right, so how many Super Bowl wins does the Washington football team have? How many Super Bowl wins does the Washington football team have?
Time starts now.
You said 2? That's wrong. No, that's right. That's right. Okay. No, that's wrong. They have 3. All right. Who was the starting quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for their lone Super Bowl?
Brad. It was from Florida State. Was it Brad Johnson?
Correct.
Ding ding ding.
Yeah. What MLB player has the most World Series rings? We'll give him some more time.
All right.
You saying current right now?
No, of all time.
Wow, that's a good one. It's got to be somebody with it. I would say CC Sabathia.
Wrong. All right. So you got 2 questions left, and
I say just say no matter what the time.
Yeah. So next question is, and you got 5 seconds. We're gonna change the rules a little bit. You got 5 seconds. What? How many rings? How many Super Bowl championships does the NFC East have?
See, Giants got 4, Eagles got 1,
3.
Washington got 3. Dallas got, I'll say.
Time's up. Don't even say it. Don't even say it. Last question. Last question. And this one should actually be easy. Where was Scotty B born?
California.
Wrong.
Michigan.
Word. Why you always repping Cali then?
My dad's from California.
Oh, bet.
Mama's from Michigan.
Well, I sucked that up for y'all.
No. That was good. that was good for us because now we didn't have to give you nothing.
Yo,
Still should give him something.
What's the answer on the Yankee question though? Y'all gonna say that for somebody else?
Yogi Berra. He's got 2.
Okay. All right. But yeah, I had to add up I couldn't remember Dallas. Dallas got 5.
Yes.
So it was 5, Giants 4, Eagles 1, the Redskins 3. I just had time to add them up.
Yeah, well, you were wrong. You didn't get a chance to answer, but we appreciate you for
participating.
Yeah, that's it. I was trying to think of a more of a slick word, but
it's no consolation prizes.
So yeah, I think he should get a consolation prize. So look, you're a Dodger fan.
Hold on, wait. You know what your consolation prize is going to be?
What's that?
You get to judge on the battlegrounds at 8:30. You already judged.
I got you, bro. I got
So,
y'all.
go ahead, Scotty. Go ahead, Scotty.
So you're a Dodger fan. I know you're elated. What did you think about the game?
No, I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. I was actually texting Ant, man, throughout. When they pulled the picture, I was more shocked. You know, when they try to justify today about how he's only been 5.5 innings the whole season, and you know that's been a strong point. At that moment, my roster was terrified of him. If you paid attention, their heads was down when they came to the plate. Like they knew that this dude was throwing smoke. And when he got lifted, and when Mookie sent that double to the outfield right there, I said, when Mookie get on, people don't understand. Like his baseball IQ, like Mookie's the best in the game right now. His baseball IQ is just phenomenal.
Better than Mike Trout?
I think so. I think he's a better defender than Mike Trout. Mike Trout is an excellent offensive weapon, right? But I'm talking about base running. I'm talking about outfield IQ. I'm talking about his aim for the game. Like Mookie, if you pay attention to him, Brad, like he studies everything the pitcher's doing when he's stealing bases. Like it's already in his mind. It's premeditated on when he goes. Anytime you steal 2 bases in the same inning in the World Series game, like that's unheard of. That's unheard of. And then coming home from third twice.
Yeah. So one thing I will agree with you on, I do believe he's the best all-around player in baseball. Best player is debatable. I think he put himself in that category.
Yeah.
But I still go Mike Trout. But I do agree he is the best all-around baseball player.
If you take Mike Trout batting average away, what else is he leaving you with?
He could do everything too. Maybe not as well as Mookie, but he could do everything.
I think Mookie's speed too. Maybe I'm judging off his speed as well, but his speed is crazy. But
his speed is crazy.
But overall, what's going to be unfortunate is that this is going to hinder us because of what happened with Justin Turner after the game. So the first thing is, why was his test not back into the 8th inning? That's the first question. Right. I thought all tests need to be cleared before they can play. Second question is, now they're upset because he came back out there. These were the same guys he's been around all week and all game. So what's the difference for him coming back out there with them to celebrate? But of course, the Dodgers going to face a fine. They're going to be talking about it for the rest of the year. It's just going to go away, as in the World Series win itself is going to be hindered by everything that happened after the game. So,
but you know what? I think the talk goes away about it. I don't think. I mean, honestly, people are just talking because it's slow sports day. Yeah, it just really is, and they had to have something to talk about. And I mean, that was pretty much the highlight of the game, other than Cashman pulling Snell. You know. So,
yeah, we're gonna lose Corey Seager, so he's gonna be on the market. Corey Seager's a free agent, and he picked the perfect time to have an excellent postseason. So I seriously doubt he'll be in the Dodger uniform next year. So he's gonna be out there, one of the biggest shortstops in the game. And his batting average in the World Series and having the MVP is going to help him get a nice contract this season. So we'll see.
All right. So we gotta let you go. Rock. But
I'll be back. 8:30, right?
8:30, sir.
I'll be back.
Battlegrounds. All right.
Appreciate y'all. The hard questions though.
All right. All right. So that was pretty good. And we'll see if we get one more contestant before we have the Battlegrounds guys on. We're gonna get them on in a little bit. But this week it is hip hop. I did have a question for you. The NBA was talking about starting December 22nd. Do you think that's a good idea?
For the money.
What explain?
It maximizes the amount of money that they can get. If they start December 22nd, I forgot what the billions it is, but it basically brings more revenue for them starting that early. That's the thought process with it. If I'm a player, I do think it's a little bit too soon. They just got done playing. I mean, for 2 months off, that's pretty it's pretty fast turnaround, but they want to do it for the money.
So if they happen to start at that time, I don't think that they're gonna I don't think that the product will be any good. I think that is way too, especially for like the Lakers and just the teams that were in the bubble, that were in the playoffs. I think that is way too much, way too quick of a turnaround for them. Yes, they have 4 months off, but forget the 4 months. Those, what was it? They started in July to just 2 weeks ago. Nah,
yeah, the other side of it is you got a whole bunch of guys that have been out for a long time too, and then you have a lot of guys that haven't been collecting the check really since January. So you're looking at it from that angle, like you've got a lot of guys that haven't collected a check for like 11 months.
Yeah, and I get that, but damn, it's that's rough, man. That's rough. That's rough.
Personally, I think they should wait till after football season.
So like January, right? Or you think
wait till after the Super Bowl?
Oh, no, I wouldn't wait that long. The Super Bowl's in February,
or maybe around the regular season when the regular season ends.
Yeah. I think starting in January is a good idea, even if it is just a couple more weeks. I mean, that would be I don't know, man. I don't know. So
what did you think about the new hires, right? So the 76ers, Morey, he's going to be the GM there. You got Silas, he's going to be the coach in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
So Doc Rivers, Daryl Morey, what do you think about that combination?
The crew that couldn't beat the Warriors. Well, you don't have to worry about the Warriors now. And it might be all right. It might be all right. I think that crew, but I think that doesn't sit well for like either Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid. I think that one of them is going to be out of there. I think that one of them is going to be gone, and then it's going to be like, damn. So, all right, let's bring on our Well, what do you think before we bring them on?
About the hire?
Yeah.
I thought it was an odd pairing. I'm not quite sure their basketball philosophies really match up. Silas, the assistant with the Dallas Mavericks, I feel like he's paid his dues.
Mm-hmm.
The way that he's an offensive minded coach.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he'll be able to maybe set some new direction. So I was happy that he got an opportunity.
Okay. All right, so let's bring these guys on. We got Ike.
What's up, Ike?
We got Bish. What's going on, fellas?
What up?
So welcome, fellas. Ike, this is your second time. Bish, this is your first time. Hey, this is my guy, Bish, man. We play football together. You know, he asked to be on
which year?
This is in
99 to 2001.
Yeah.
Well, you know, his career spanned like 20 years.
All right, come on. Hey, so Bish plays semi-pro too. So look, we ain't talking about football right now. We're talking about music. So he asked to be on the battlegrounds, and you know, I felt like Ike did lose, although Ike lost, he did put up a good battle. So I figured, you know, you match these guys up in a hip hop battle, and we'll see how everything works out. But we'll start with you, Bish. How you feeling?
Feel good, man. You know, got a few good songs for the first 5. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Ike.
Hey, man. I'm just here. I'm digging it. You know, we're gonna see what happens this time around. That's all.
All right.
We'll
So
play with it for a little bit.
So pause. But
Oh, you a hard nigga now.
I know y'all seen it. Like last week, it was the ladies, right? And it was cool, but they were just too nice to each other. And there's nothing wrong with being nice. I know you guys are both respectable gentlemen, but I know you both have competitive juices and don't want to lose. Is there any? Can either one of y'all talk about any sorts of strategies that y'all may have to one up your opponent?
Well, for me, it's just I want to play the best songs possible. I'm gonna listen to what he comes with, and then like y'all do, y'all counter and do all that good stuff. So I just want to keep a nice pace. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Okay.
Categories. I warn people about the category.
You hit it on the head.
Yeah.
You hit it on the head. Category.
The freestyle is cool, and I'm not psychic or anything, but the freestyle normally ends 3-2, right? And then there'll be that in between round that could have went either way.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get to that category, oh my God.
Yeah, definitely. I always check the categories. I know that part is the toughest part. And that's the part, like with me being a rookie of this right here, like that's the part I got to be focused on. You know what I'm saying?
So if I had to give any advice, pay attention to what the category is saying. I've been burnt. At least every time I battle, I'm burnt by at least one category that I wasn't paying attention to.
Yeah.
So
see, I gotta be extra focused. I got kids, you know what I'm saying? They be running around the house and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Oh no, you good. So all right, so we're gonna get started at 8:30. Ike, what you got in the cup, man?
Straight soda. I'm not doing what I did last time. Not doing it.
What about you, Bitch? Any drink of choice?
I got a little cran grape and Tito's, you know what I'm saying? A little late.
Oh yeah.
All right. So it should be fun. Fellas, again, we appreciate y'all for doing this and joining the battle. I think it's gonna be a good one. I'm not gonna get no predictions. There wasn't no poll put up today, so we don't really know.
You can get your prediction though. That'll be good.
No. I don't have a prediction. I am just the host. I'm just the host. Patty's the judge, so.
I will say that Tito's and what was that mix? It looked kind of good. Maybe a little thirsty over here.
All right, so fellas, again, 8:30. We'll be right back here. So it'll be a good. I think it's gonna be a good one. I think it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, Ike on my type of time. I heard like y'all didn't have the first part, kind of wasn't on there, but the second part, he on my type of time, so it's gonna be a good battle.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. Best of luck to both of y'all.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks. Peace.
All right, so again, battleground start at 8:30. We're gonna have it on Facebook. You think we should do YouTube, man? What you think?
Hey man,
you don't care, huh? You like whatever.
Well, you handle all that, man.
That's true.
You glue behind the scenes, man.
Oh man, so real quick, and sometimes like, them Cowboys, man. Like last week, I like turned the game off. Then I went back. It was like it was like domestic abuse with them, man. It was just like golly, and I just kept on going back, man. But we'll see.
We'll see what they do, but I know you
got the Eagles Sunday night. Oh. So I got to answer this before we get out of here. We got about like 40 seconds. So Mike Ricks, who was on the show a few months ago, said he wanted to bet a thing of Pampers for the Cowboys Eagles game, and I wasn't sure if I was going to bet, but you know what? I'm gonna do it. Mike,
you think the Cowboys can beat the Eagles?
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I think they could beat the Eagles. I think that this week they know that they looked soft last week, and and
So let me
everything.
ask you this: did Andy Dalton come out of concussion protocol?
I don't think so. I don't think Andy Dalton's playing this week. I'll be surprised if he plays this week.
And you got the Cowboys?
I told you, man. It's like I'm in an abusive relationship, and I just keep on.
So, you already took that bet?
I'm telling him right now. I told him I'll tell him on the show, and I'm gonna take the bet, Scott. I don't want to look like. So here's the thing, and hopefully this like somehow this galvanized the troops, and they know I'm behind them, and that we're gonna get the win, and that they'll play harder on Sunday night. Everybody's watching. There's no other game that anybody could watch. It's Cowboys Eagles in Philadelphia.
I am shocked and appalled. There has got to be a difference between being a fan and common sense. Wow. That is like crazy. But you know what? Every time I go against you, you always win. So let me be quiet and we'll see. But that is, I don't even want, you know what? That's a hot take. Yeah, the Cowboys winning the game is a hot take. You heard it here on Off the Record by Ant. Man, that is insane. I feel bad as your brother because I should have talked you out of that bet. You about to lose them Pampers. I mean, you giving away Pampers. I use
All right, so well, if I'm not mistaken, Mike's son wears pull-ups, and so does mine. I think our sons are like a couple months apart. So
that's why you know you getting old. You betting Pampers.
Yeah. Damn. All right, well, let's get out of here because I don't want to get depressed. Yeah. Hold on, I need some horns. Hold on. It didn't do anything, Scott. I don't know.
Yeah, that was a rough one, man.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I got faith in my guys, man. I think this is the week that they're gonna turn it up. And they're gonna turn it on, and stranger things have happened. So,
I mean, it's not like the Eagles are.
Yeah, they're only half a game ahead of us.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, it could happen. I still think the Eagles will win that game, but
all right, this off the record. This off the record. I'm Anthony Adebayo.
It's gotta be.
We out, man. We out. Hopefully. All right. All right. Bye.
Anthony Adebayo.
With you there, but if you're a coach, do you take that chance? Yes.
You can reach us at the Off the Record Show at gmail.com. Anthony Adebayo.